precisely 6:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. News edited by Danushka Madhavala and read by Sharifa Tahir. Headlines. Pragma Bandu scholarship program commences under the patronage of the Prime Minister. The government is ready to import rice if the private sector keep hiding the paddy stocks. The government has focused its attention to add law as a subject to the school curricula. Felling of trees will be banned. The government urged the public not to panic as certain European countries halted the use of AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine. News overseas, North Korean leader's sister warns US not to cause a stink. Sports, Sri Lanka celebrates 25 years of winning Wills Cricket World Cup in 1996. Local news in detail. Pragma Bandu scholarship program commences under the patronage of Prime Minister Mahindra Rajapaksa. The inauguration ceremony was held at the PMICH yesterday. This initiative was launched under an idea of Minister Bandu Gunawardena to support the students of low-income earning families who pass GCE ordinary level examinations to continue their education in GCE advanced level. Prime Minister donated 10 million rupees for the fund. Minister Ramesh Patirana said that paddy purchased from local farmers will be sold as rice after milling during the upcoming festive season. The government has focused its attention regarding the increase of rice prices in the country. Prices of the rice varieties were increased during the past few months. Though there was a bountiful paddy harvest reported during the last season, there is a rice shortage in the market. Speaking at the weekly Cabinet press briefing held yesterday, Co-Cabinet spokesman Plantation Minister Dr. Ramesh Patirana said that the government has identified that a third party seems like hiding the paddy stocks. The minister said that if someone hides the paddy stocks, the government is ready to import rice. The government has focused its attention to add law as a subject to the school curricula. A Parliament subcommittee has been appointed to look into the matters related to that. Ministers Professor G.L. Piris and Ali Sabri approved this at the Joint Advisory Subcommittee of the Educational and Justice Ministries held recently. Minister Piris instructed the committee to submit their proposals within the next 2 months. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation giving you the news.
HDFC Smart Goals. All it takes is 3 years.
Continuing with more stories here at home. The government has decided to ban the felling of coconut trees. Accordingly, the coconut trees will be included to the Felling of Tree Acts. Under the Act, it is compulsory to get permission to cut trees like jack, palmyra and breadfruit. The government says that actions will be taken to legalize this initiative within this year. Former Governor of Western Province Azad Sali has been arrested last evening, by the Criminal Investigation Department. The CID made this arrest on the advice of the Attorney General. Leader of the National Unity Front, Azad Sali, recently made a controversial statement regarding the law of the country, triggering several complaints to the CID. Police media spokesman Senior DIG Ajit Rohana told the SLBC that a team of CID officers are now inquiring into Sali's controversial statements. And that's local news.
Darling, our daughter has top O-level results. Do you know what this means?
Yes, just 3 years and she'll be going abroad for her degree.
For which we'll need a bank loan.
But is a normal loan the smartest option?
What else?
The smartest way is to start an HDFC Smart Goals account.
Let your child begin their degree with no delays. Start an HDFC Smart Goals account. Call 2356 888.
Honey, you're so smart.
HDFC Smart Goals. All it takes is 3 years.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The government yesterday urged the public not to panic as certain European countries halted the use of the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine. Speaking at the weekly cabinet media briefing held yesterday at the Government Information Department, Co-Cabinet spokesman Plantation Minister Dr. Ramesh Pathirana said that a number of European countries have suspended the use of AstraZeneca's COVID-19 vaccine amid fears the shot may cause some recipients to develop serious blood clots. But Sri Lanka will continue administration of the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine in Sri Lanka since only one batch of the vaccine has been temporarily suspended in certain European countries, he added. Sri Lanka does not receive that particular batch of vaccine doses that have been suspended.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
On What's Light, Sri Lanka Postal Department for the first time has issued a digital stamp. The ceremony in connection with this took place yesterday under the patronage of Minister Keheliya Rambukwala at the Media Ministry. A stamp valuing 25 rupees with a QR code was issued on the occasion. A new stamp valuing 500 rupees with a special safety sign was also issued. Deputy Postmaster General Rajitha Ranasinghe said that a security code has been inserted in the stamp.
World News brought to you by courtesy of
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always.
All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
World News headlines. North Korean leader's sister warns US not to cause a stink. More than 50 killed in attacks near Malian border in Niger. Vast amount of water may be locked up on planet Mars. World News in detail. The influential sister of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has warned the US not to cause a stink as President Joe Biden prepares to set out his Korean policy. In remarks on a state media, Kim Jo-young criticized the US and South Korea for conducting joint military exercises. Her comments come a day before a top US official are due to arrive in Seoul. The US government has said it has been trying for weeks to make diplomatic contact with North Korea. Pyongyang has yet to acknowledge that President Biden is now in office. The two countries remain as loggerheads over the North's nuclear and ballistic missile programs. At least 58 people have been killed in Niger after attacks near the border with Mali, the government has said. Gunmen opened fire on 4 vehicles that were bringing people back from a market in the Tillaberi region. No group has claimed the attacks, which happened on Monday. However, there are currently 2 jihadist campaigns in Niger. One is the west near Mali and Burkina Faso, and another in the southeast on the border with Nigeria. Finally on World News, it's a long-standing mystery how Mars lost the water that flowed across its surface billions of years ago. Scientists now think much of it became trapped in the planet's outer layer, its crust. The ancient water exists in the form of minerals contained within Martian rocks. The findings have been discussed at the 52nd Lunar and Planetary Science Conference and are published in Science Journal. The study used measurements gathered from Mars-orbiting spacecraft, rovers and meteorites. Researchers then developed a computer simulation of how water was lost from the planet over time. More than 4 billion years ago, Mars was warmer and wetter, possibly with a thicker atmosphere. Water coursed through rivers, cutting channels in the rock and pooled in impact craters. That came to you on World News.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always.
All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
And on development news, the government temporarily halted the import of vehicles not to create any hardships to the public, but to create a new business of vertical from Sri Lanka in the automobile sector, said Prime Minister Mahindra Rajapaksa at the launch of the Standard Operating Procedure for Automobile Manufacturing and Assembly in Colombo on Monday. He said that when the decision was taken, there was a buffer stock of imported vehicles in Sri Lanka sufficient for 2 years. He said that due to the import ban of vehicles, today several local investors have moved in the assembly of vehicles, and also component manufacturers have reinvested it to increase production. That came to you on development news. And on sports news, Sri Lanka celebrates 25th anniversary of winning Will's Cricket World Cup in 1996 on a day like today. It was the 6th Cricket World Cup organised by the International Cricket Council. It was the second World Cup to be hosted by Pakistan and India, and for the first time by Sri Lanka. Sri Lankan captain Arjuna Ranatunga won the toss and sent Australia out to bat. After a blazing start from captain Mark Taylor and young superstar and future captain Ricky Ponting, Australia fell from being 137 to 5-170, after which Sri Lanka's four-pronged spin attack took its toll. After Australia limped to 7 for 241 in its quota of 50 overs, Sri Lanka overcame a nervous start where they lost both openers Sanath Jayasuriya and Roshan Kalwitaruna before the score was 30 to win in 45 overs. Sri Lankan batting sensation Aravinda De Silva played a match-winning knock of 107 not out and was assisted ably by fellow veterans Asanka Gurusinghe, who scored 65 runs, and captain Arjuna Ranatunga scored an unbeaten 47. Aravinda De Silva was named man of the match after he had taken 3 for 42 in his 10 overs earlier in the Australian innings as well, and Sanath Jayasuriya got man of the series award. Dav Watmore was the Sri Lankan coach at that time. Harshan Tilakaratne, Roshan Mahanama, Kumar Dharmasena, Chaminda Vas, Pramodya Wickramasinghe, Muttaya Muralidharan were among the winning 11 of the match. That's on Sports News.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
And on business news, Adani Group Chairman Gautam Adani said the joint venture to build the West Container Terminal of the Colombo port will enhance the multi-dimensional strategic relationship between India and Sri Lanka. He thanked the Sri Lankan government for the opportunity offered.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic News. Courtesy of...
Congratulations on your promotion. It will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And on economic news, Prime Minister Mahindra Rajapaksa instructed heads of banks to focus on the possibility of allocating a grace period to settle bank loans obtained by entrepreneurs affected by the Easter Sunday attacks and the COVID-19 pandemic. He requested the banks to temporarily suspend acquisition of property of entrepreneurs who are unable to repay bank loans due to above reasons. At a discussion held at the Finance Ministry on Monday, the Prime Minister told the Finance Ministry, the Central Bank and the relevant banks to discuss and arrive at a consensus on providing relief to the financial difficulties faced by entrepreneurs. He pointed out the importance of resolving this long-standing problem in a manner that does not cause trouble to any party.
Hello, Puta, did you land already?
No, Amma. We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
Oh, really? How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy. She might be feeling very uncomfortable. The airport must be heavily crowded because it's a season.
Amma, calm down. Everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge. There's nothing to worry.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And on the weather update, showers or thundershowers will occur at several places in Sabaragamuwa and western provinces and in Gaul, Matara and Kandy districts during the evening or night. Light showers will occur in Uva province and in Batticaloa and Ampara districts. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in central, Sabaragamuwa, Uva and western provinces during the morning. With that weather update, we conclude the morning bulletin of news, and it's back to Viana this morning.